Welcome to part two. We're joined by James from Essex, but he's living in Manchester. How are you doing, James?
All right, mate. All right.
Yeah, we were on about John Coffey there. Obviously, he's got the Stinkinator next to in Joseph Parker. Who, to be fair, since he's gone to Andy Lee, he's a bit more exciting, isn't he? Do you think?
Yeah, but he's become a bit of a pugilist specialist, hasn't he? Sort of pot shot and run merchant a little bit. Or pressing. He pressed Deontay Wilder, didn't he? He's got a style for every fighter, it seems. So I actually think he's going to do a number on Dubois. A lot of people on, I say Talksport, but it's the only thing you really hear, isn't it? But a lot of them are saying that Dubois is going to run through him and all that. But I can't see it myself. I think Parker, he's proven at sort of top level. He won the WBO, and I don't think he'd want to make the same mistake that he did against Joshua, where he didn't sort of put his foot to the pedal. I think he'll want to go out there and he can box, he can fight if he wants to, he can do a bit of everything. So I reckon he'll put it on John Coffey, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Have you got John Coffey to get beat by the Stinkinator?
Yeah, on points.
Have you?
Yep. I just think the thing is with Dubois, he's just, I've said it before, it's like he's boxing on tracks. He's very straight lines, very sort of European style. And I heard someone today just comparing him to Mike Tyson because he's like banging people, like he looks prepared to bang people out. I'm like, you couldn't be further from the truth. He's more like the comparisons to Frank Bruno, for Joshua, they're more apt when it comes to Daniel Dubois. I think he's a more traditional upright type of boxer. And against someone who can move and can, box a little bit, I think he's going to struggle. I do think Joseph Parker's going to win on points.
Hmm.
You don't agree, do you?
You know what, mate?
What?
I've got Jabbar to run over him. I've never really rated Parker, to be honest. He's one of them. He fights on outside, out of range. And then
Yeah.
he's out of range, arm length, and then there's like another 6 inch as well. Whereas Usyk can stay in pocket, can't he, like Pernell Whitaker and judge everything and slip and slide.
Yeah.
I never really had Parker as that guy. I always had him as like, like a Johnny Nelson horsecock type. A backpedaling, staying out of harm's way and all that, and like stinking arena out.
But that's why I think he's going to beat Dubois because Dubois can only really fight one way. He's just going forward on tracks, like I said, and against someone who's a little bit cute and maybe stinking the arena out but can box. I think Dubois is going to have all he can handle. He'll just be used to a firefight, really. Last couple of fights. So,
Well, the bar has been in firefights, though, hasn't he?
no, he has, but that's what he's used to. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Josie Parker will make it like that. I think Josie Parker will box and turn it into a boring fight. And the concentration will lapse then with Dubois. I don't think he'll have the concentration.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, isn't it, with that one moving sideways.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Lawrence Okoli and Joe Joyce look like it were a done deal, according to Joe Gallagher. It's now off. Joyce has pulled out. Do you think Lawrence Okoli now is kind of like in the who needs him club?
Well, it's hard to say really because Joe Joyce is a bit of a busted flush now. I'm glad he's pulled out of that fight because he's looking like he's on the road to sort of
No,
personal independence. Well, no, personal independence payment, Russ. I think he's headed for a wheelchair. Him.
Pip.
So I'm glad.
He's heading
Yeah,
for Pip, is he?
yeah, he's heading for Pip. That's what I mean. He's just. It's a shame. Like I watched an interview with him the other day, and he's not all there, mate. Like I know we say about Derek Chisora, but Derek Chisora can string a sentence together. His voice just sounds a bit funny. Um, Joe Joyce just looks like he's looking into the middle distance all the time. Um, so I can't really say that Okoli's in the who needs him club based on that level of opposition because Joyce was done 2 fights ago. Get him in with Dillian White, get him to stop Dillian White or beat up on him, and then we'll talk about it after that. That's what I want to see happen.
Yeah, all right, we've got a question off Dripping Tap. Should we play it?
Yeah, go on.
Hang on. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I'm just dripping.
Oh, we will, boss. Ask the audience what they think about Saudi Arabia and what the Turks doing for our sport. Because I think it's magnificent. You can't fucking fault him, Russ. Best be best. Boxing's never been in a better place. I hope you think same. I like the Turk. Cal.
Oh, we were going to have a Cobra there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He always has to get it in there, doesn't he? Dripping. Oh, hang on a minute. Dripping's gone off at Cobra, hasn't he now?
Yeah.
Well, we've got to get Turkey Al Sheikh. His Jews. He's putting the big fights on, so I'll tip me hat, right?
Yep.
But right, what I don't like is all this ass licking out there. Lickers. I don't like to see that. Grown men licking arse out there, and they know who they are. It's embarrassing what people will do for a bit of PR and a few quid. And I don't like that holding hands, carry on. I don't like all that. His Excellency, he let His Excellency, and fawning over these people running around in white blankets with tea towels on their head. I don't like that, but I like these fights going on, so well done.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame Turkey for that. He's probably laughing his nuts off, isn't he? Looking at the Western world, just thinking like, "Oh, look what these will do for a pound note." So I can't blame Turkey for that. And if it's custom, isn't it? Like he's doing what he's used to. But yeah, I think he is the man at the moment. And the plan, according to how I saw it, I said a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? End of 2025, there'll be some sort of UFC model. Well, they're talking about that now, aren't they? Getting together and getting this fight league going on. So it's all part of the master plan, really. And I like how that's coming together. Sooner we can say goodbye to the governing bodies, the better, because they are the drain on the sport. They're the reason why we've not had fighters coming together and undisputed title fights being made. So fuck them.
Yeah, yeah, but you see where I've come from, right? I've followed boxing since I was a kid. I've read all the books. I've read Rick Top's book years ago, Being Frank, and all that. And look, I've read them all the books. Eddie Hills, all of them. They all come out with this. They all come out with that. I've met Tommy Fury plenty times. Not first time I met him about 15 when he was into bodybuilding, and we know how he got that big then and all that. Look,
Yeah, it's a unit.
good luck to him. But listen, when you're seeing grown men, right, carrying off like they're carrying off, and then I saw that big stupid Joe Egan putting Instagram posts out to Turkey Al Sheikh trying to get it mixed. Like, who's going to give him? Who's going to throw him a date? He's just had that show, an evening with Joe Egan at the Grindon Working Men's Club in Sunderland. They pulled plug, didn't they? Because nobody bought any tickets. Pop back on that one, Joe.
I thought you would, Ross. Did you not buy one? No.
Why would I want to go? Why would I want to go and sit and listen to a man, right, 60-year-old, chatting who's on pip, right, because he can't move, he can't turn properly, chatting a load of shit about having tear-ups and that. All he is a big daft lump walking about, inventing stories about sparring Mike Tyson. It's just craziness. It never happened. Kevin
You're right.
Jr. is a matchmaker, right? And he's running around telling people in the industry that his dad said it never happened, right? Teddy Atlas didn't even know who Joe Egan were, right? So where is this rubbish coming from? Me and Cuss and Mike and Jose Torres in the Catskills eating meatloaf prepared by Camille, Cuss's wife. Great days, Mike. Great days. Mike Tyson's reply, it's on YouTube. Oh man, I can't remember that. Sheesh, he don't even know. Mike's not going to dress him down. He knows it's a load of shit. If it happened, show us the footage. Or show us it. Show us that footage. I don't want to see a photo of you with Mike Tyson sat next to some event a few years back. I want to see footage. Show us
Yeah.
it. There's no footage whatsoever. It's a load of knackers. Well, listen, Mike Tyson, when he was that age, was sparring people like Greg Page and Tim Witherspoon and people like that when he was a young man, right? Preparing for
Glenn
Olympics.
McCrory
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, well, he sparred him, but we're on about the time when Egan says he sparred him. He wouldn't
Oh
have
yeah.
even got through the door, mate. He wouldn't have even got through the door. It's utter knackers. It's stolen valor. Julian McGowan says it's stolen valor. And Joe, when I see you, we'll get it on. Don't be sending me stupid letters. I'll get stuck into you. I've got stuck into bigger than you. Coming out with knackers like that. It's absolute rubbish. And best thing about it is, I know people up Sunderland, right? They're all lapping the knackers off, saying they're not selling any tickets. So I thought, I wonder if it's going to go on. And on the poster it says, you get chicken curry and boiled rice for your 20 quid ticket and an evening with Joe Egan and a photo. Oh my God.
Well, it's worth the price of admission, that, and we should go down.
It's cancelled now. You couldn't make this up. You couldn't make this rubbish that these lunatics from the lunatic asylum are coming out with to pinch a few. We're going to nick a few quid. It's absolute lunacy. But they tried to get something going, didn't he, with Big John Fury, who's never had a bare knuckler in his life and don't want to have one, but just wants to talk about it.
Can I ask you a question about John Fury as well, Ross?
I've read his book. Go on, I'm just recovering from all
Well, no,
I've read.
only because, right, I know Sean Brennan comes on here and Sean Brennan's on BoxRec, and I lurk on BoxRec a little bit. And I've seen people have asked him about, to ask you, I don't think he's got round to it unless I've missed something, but to ask you what, Asif Valley, what happened between John Fury and Asif Valley and why John Fury gave him a slap, if you're able to elaborate on that story.
John Fury gave him a slap because Asif Valley was accused of putting a story in Daily Mirror about the wild boar.
All right, it was him, was it? Allegedly.
Yeah, he was squabbling about his fee from the Vladimir fight, wasn't he? Were waiting and waiting for his dough. So he broke ranks, didn't he, and sold the story to Daily Mail. And obviously Big John got out, didn't he? Well,
Scary.
Big John just got out before the fight. Big John caught up with him, didn't he, and gave him a slap. So that's all he slapped, him and Usyk's cut man, that young kid. That's it. That's all he's done in 10 years since he's been out. Big fighting man. There you go, Big John Fury. Pop, bang on that one.
Yeah. Well, I asked that on behalf of Sean Brennan, who I know's a guest, but there you go, mate. Got your answer.
There you go. We've got another question from the tap.
Go on.
You don't want to be hammering Cobra here. Well, he sounds off his rocker, doesn't he?
He does. He's off his head.
We've answered Dripping's question. I don't know what Dripping's on there, but I want some of it. Let me give a big shout out to Gary from Welcome Estates. I went to see him recently.
Yeah.
He says he's trying to get. I want you to get some weight on. He give me 2 big boxes of them. You know them 40 pops. 40 sips. You know they're like a little meal, aren't they? In one nutrition.
Yeah.
You give me about
250
of them, and a box of these Crunch bar. What they called here? Warrior Crunch, high protein, low sugar bar, 20 gram of protein. These are bang on. These, Gary. Nice one. Just want to say thank you. I hope you're well. Keep at it with them half a marathons you're doing with Sparkling John. Pop, bang. Okay, so we've spoke about Fury and Joshua. Fury, sorry. What about Joshua? Where does he go now? Fury's kind of like parked him up, and he's in no man's land, James, isn't he?
Yeah, what I would have liked to have seen from Joshua was a bit of a continuation of the mind games. It would have been great, but I don't think he's on that level of immaturity. Would have been great if Joshua had turned around and gone, you know what, Fury, if you're retired, I'm retired now and all. Get fucked. Because Fury would have thrown a tantrum.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him in against Martin Bakole. I know Martin Bakole's got a prior engagement, but they're going on about it. Throw yourself in the deep end, see what you got left if you really want to win a world title.
Well, Martin
So
McCall is swerved in it at the moment.
yeah, and everyone's got an idea that he's like George Foreman for some reason.
Well, who's his
Just
best win, Martin McCall is? He's not beat a world champion yet, has he?
no, you'd probably say it was that Jared Anderson, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but he'd not won a belt.
No, Tony Yoka was absolute cack when it comes to the pros, and he shouldn't have won the gold medal at the Olympics either, should he? Joe Joyce beat him quite easily.
Listen,
So
the White Rhino softened Yoko up, and he's a drug cheat anyway.
yeah, well, there you go.
So if the White Rhino softened him up, well, that's it. The note down for him. Uh, Dylan White, people are saying that he's in the wilderness. Do you agree?
I do agree. Yep, definitely. You don't do favors for the promoters. This is what happens, isn't it? So he's got what's coming to him really, and he shouldn't be in the ring anyway because he's a four-time drug cheat. Right, let's move on.
Yeah. Where do you see David Adelaide going now?
Well, good win last time out. Absolutely crushed Solomon Dakers, didn't he? I just see him sort of going up the ladder. Frank's going to keep him away from, like Brigtop's going to keep him away from Moses Atama, isn't he? And et al. He won't go back in with Fabio Wardley, so I don't know who's around that weight really that you can sort of put him in with. Maybe put him in with David Allen if Dave Allen doesn't want to fight his friend. See what happens.
I'd like to see Dave Allen against David Adelaide, or Dave Allen against Solomon Dakras for the right to fight Adelaide for a belt.
Yeah, that seems fair. English title or something.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon
So that's what
Dave Allen needs a belt, doesn't he? Really?
he does. Well, he needs to actually remember that he's a pugilist. That's
Yeah.
what he needs. Right? No, I'm not fighting my friends. Right? Well, it's business. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Joe Gallagher's calling for drug testing for Lauren Price and Natasha Jonas because he wants to keep the sport clean. There's some resistance to it though. So what do you think is going to be happening with that fight?
Um, I don't know if the money's right. Is the money going to be there? I'm not au fait with women's boxing. If there's some resistance to it, and he doesn't think that Lauren Price is up to the job, then he might just power through. But I did read something. Like people were saying that she's got quite a broad back and everything, and that could be a signifier that she's on the gear or the special milkshakes. Lauren Price. She looks like a bit of a geezer, doesn't she? So it wouldn't surprise me.
I would like to think I was going to take her around Rotherham for a pint.
Should have you, bro.
Who would you take for a pint? Natasha Jonas or Lauren Price?
Natasha Jonas, definitely. She looks very.
Isn't it? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Seems really nice as well. Price looks like she's got a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, God, mate. What I don't like about Lauren Price is these commentators, right, at Sky. Every time she walks out to the ring, they're going, there's Lauren Price, she was the Olympic gold medalist and all that, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lauren
Thanks,
Price, the medalist, and there's her girlfriend. She's in a relationship with this other woman, whatever her name is. And then camera turns to this other woman and they're fawning over each other in ring and outside ring at events and that. I don't want to see all that on my TV. No, no, no. I don't want to see it. Sorry. Because if the boot were on the other foot, say for instance, there were a gay boxer and he were male, they wouldn't introduce the contender for the title as Fred Blow, a gay man, and here's Fred Blow coming out to the ring, number one ranked WBA contender, and he's in a relationship with Johnny Doo, and he's sat at the side of the ring, and he's a boxer too, and they're so in love. We won't get. You could have said we're from Super Bean and the rest of them, would we?
No, you could have said Fred Blow and Johnny Job, those couldn't you?
Well, whatever, Joe Starter Motor, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They won't do that, so why are they forcing that on us? I mean, they keep going on about equality and all that. It's utter pony, and I don't want to see it, mate. I'm sorry, but I don't want to see
No,
it.
it's the agenda, isn't it? It's
That's what it is.
too much.
So I'm not happy about that. Flex. I give Flex a bit of stick because every now and then I see him at Meadowall. He walks by me because he knows if he says out to me, I'll just say, Flex, why have you stopped amateur fighters training at that gym that you've got keys for and funding? When are you going to hand them keys in? Because you're not doing note with that gym. That's what I want to know. So, what do you think about
Well,
Flex and where does he go now
what?
with his career? Is he just trying
What?
to sell? Hang on, be quiet. Is he just
Well,
trying to sell himself on that Coppers channel, PC Gully, Boxing King Media? You know, this other copper in the sport, as well as Sugar Hill, Tyson Fury's trainer, who's a copper. Or what's that other one who stopped me having my license? Les Potts, he's a copper at the board. We're surrounded by coppers, right? Is Flex just selling himself on Boxing King Media, a copper's channel, to get more work? Or what? What's going on here with Flex?
I'd say so, but I'm more concerned in like how much he was showing his arms off on that. It was a bit homoerotic, wasn't it? That last interview, he was sat there looking dead angry, like a Ninja Turtle, with his arms out. Like you even put it in the thumbnail, didn't you? Do my arms look big in this?
Right,
That's why I went like that.
let me just
He's just.
right about Flex. Flex can actually sing a bit. He used to be in a Take That tribute band, lead
I
singer
listened to that.
in chat. Yeah, that song was all right. He wrote about Eddie Hearn. I mean,
Yeah,
why would you write a song looking for Fast Car Eddie? Why would you want to look for him? What do you want to do with him when you get him? It's all a bit strange. It reminds me of that song that George Michael sings, doesn't it? Let's go outside. It's all
I
a bit like camp, innit? But he used to be lead singer, didn't you, Flex, in a Take That tribute band going around with Sheffield, and he used to wear chat pants. Isn't that right, Flexi? Chat pants.
I
That's
listened.
gospel truth. Ask anybody. Ask Lynn Rhodes, Richard Towers, Brian Anderson, any of them from that ring. He used to wear chat pants, didn't you, Flex? You are not to be trusted in the shower. Do you know what he's known as in that gym? The shower monster. What he does, Flex, you know, when they have to training, they all get showered. He used to get
Right.
a towel and he'd twist it into like a snake and he'd chase Cal Brook around showers and Kid Gallard and they'd be squealing like little girls.
That's all a bit bizarre, isn't it? Is this where? Is this where?
So when I'm
Bombay Dave.
shut the fuck up when I'm talking. And they'd be chasing him and twisting towel and flicking it at him and they'd be going, there you go. You always fucking ruin me gags, don't you, you cunt?
I know, I don't know
You're
how.
like Max. You're like Max. Talk over me when I'm in
Oh.
full flow.
Well, Max is another one who's too friendly to be a boxer. Maybe him and Dave Allen should have it out. Like they could both repel each other like magnets.
Max, listen, you know Max, right? He's a pound under 20 stone, you know. He's not to be underestimated.
I know, yeah. Well, yeah. But Dave
Max,
Allen won't hit anybody, will he?
go on, you'll finish rest of the show.
So,
You'll finish it off now. You know what you're doing.
I don't really.
What we got? You know what you remind me of? I know somebody who's a
Go
makeup
on.
artist and she does people's makeup and that. And people, all these bridesmaids sit around her and that. And they're giving her advice and that. So she turns to them, passes them brush, and she says, "Here, you want to do it?" And they all go quiet, like you've just gone. Then you prick.
I don't go quiet.
Max has called out Adrian King. Apparently, he's going to knock fuck out of him. What do you think,
No, get it done.
Max? Don't be calling people out, Max, and then backtracking like you did with Big Shane Fury.
What the hell?
Here, I had to laugh. Though. I had to laugh. Listen to this, right? Furies were coming down to film me and Max in and Mickey Fio when we were all sat there on Mickey Fio's car wash. This is a true story.
Yeah.
Mick goes, yeah, Dominic Negus is coming down as well. We're going to have a right firm here. So there's me, Max, Mickey Fio sat there in Essex, in Hornchurch or wherever it were. Dominic Negus didn't even turn up. So Mick says, bit of bad news, Pork. Dominic's not coming. There's just the three of us. Max went white.
Bloody hell.
The best thing about it is, Big John didn't turn up, did you, with Big Shane and all the rest of them? They were full of hot air and wind, pop, pop, bang. I think that Stella's gone to my head.
Probably has, mate. It's shit. You get some proper beer, don't you?
And I won't like that slop you drink, James.
Well, yeah, I drink proper beer, mate. I drink stout, Czech lager and all. Not bloody. It's horrible, Stella. It smells like dog food.
What does?
Stella.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, I've only had one can. There's only one left in the fridge, mate. I thought I'd polish it off.
Yeah, don't blame me.
Christmas. The middleweight division, Hamzat Shiraz. James. What do you think? It's weakest division, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's in a prime position, really, isn't he? Because it is a weak division. So yeah, I don't know. I expect him to make waves in the next couple of years. But I like that Alan Canuli or Alan Hallner, whatever you want to call him. I think he's quite a stylist. So I do think you better hope that he doesn't go in with him and he goes in with that WBC champion that they're talking about instead. Because I don't think he'll get the title that he wants if he goes in with Alan Canuli. I think he'll turn him over.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Okay. Puppy Parsons made his debut on DAZN. What do you think to his suit? Tailor made, I've heard.
I'm gonna have to see it, mate. I've not seen it, but I'm presuming if you're commenting on it, it was quite the picture. He looks like he's got Down syndrome, doesn't he?
Oh, I didn't see that. Somebody said to me in comment section the other day, and they said, "Puppy Parsons looks like he'd take a dare." What do you think?
What do they mean by that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's left to your own imagination, but people need to ask him on his Instagram, is it true that he'd take a dare, and what dare would it be?
Well, he's been taking a lot. He's obviously taken a lot of money, hasn't he? Because he's got a nice little setup there, and he's only about 21, 22. So has he been playing a game of truth or dare with Eddie and Co? Oh dear.
James, do you think that Coogan's been passed over by Eddie Hills for a job at DAZN?
Yeah, because he is our old Coogan now, 43, 44. Got to be down with the kids nowadays, isn't you?
He must be knocking on a bit now, Coogan, surely.
Yeah, I think it's the whole. I noticed he's doing interviews with Frank now, isn't he, Coogan?
Yeah.
He's doing interviews with Warren, so yeah.
Going to be interesting to see what happens with that one, isn't it? I mean, I thought that were IFL Umar's gig, but
yeah, so did I.
Who is it? Who keeps leaving comments on my channel here? I want to ask you while we're on here. I forgot your name. Why have you got a picture of Umar IFL Umar on your profile? I mean, what do these people do? Do they get up in the morning and say, "Today, I'm going to set an account up and I'm going to pretend to be Umar, who's a YouTuber"? Why would you do that? Well, I don't get that, do you?
It's probably Tyan Booth, isn't it? Do you remember him? He was always going on about Umar, wasn't
he? Yeah, I don't think Tyan Booth would be setting fake accounts up. Surely to God, I mean, well, you've got better things to do with your time, haven't you?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, James, it's been nice to have you on.
Thank you.
It'll give him something to talk about, won't it, on here?
Definitely.
Keep them comments coming and keep my algorithms bouncing up and down. Keep lining my pockets, pop, pop, bang.
Definitely.
About it. We've got tech guys to pay and all sorts of knackers. I hope you're well, James. Are you going to have a beer tonight?
Not tonight, mate. It's my birthday on Thursday, so I've got.
Fuck all.
No, I wouldn't expect it, mate. I wouldn't expect it. Just love and best wishes. Hey?
You're not getting out, you prick.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks. Well, I love you too. I'm having a beer tomorrow, and I'm off on Friday. We're going for a Ruby, so I'll message you over the week. All right? You look after yourself, Russ.
What's the Ruby?
Ruby Murray, innit? Curry.
Oh, you're in Manchester now, kid. You can't be talking like that round there. You'll get Big John Fury putting it on you.
What's the worst that can happen? They put me in a wheelchair. It's already happened.
Oh, mate. All right, Wendy. Listen, you take care.
And you, mate. See you later.
Hey,
Bye
mate,
bye.
go on, piss off. Bye bye. Well, that was James, and that was his story. What a boring cunt. Right, that's about it, really. I'm off. Pop, pop, bang. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Go on, booyaka.